about blindness. Not the all bless your heart society loves to use. I'm talking about real talk, sassy, sharp, unapologetic, because the amount of nonsense I've had to hear and correct could fill a library. So today, I'm busting 10 of the most exhausting, ableist, wrong myths and misconceptions about blind people that I'm officially just done being polite about. And I'm pretty sure a lot of my blind fellow people can contest to these, that these actually do exist and we are so tired of dealing with. Okay, number 1 myth. Blindness means total darkness or seeing black or just seeing the way you think blind people see. First of all, right out of the gate, Hollywood level nonsense. Blindness is a spectrum, okay? That means there are many, many, many types of blindness and many, many types of how they see the world around them. Some people see nothing. Others see light, shadow, color, or blurry shapes. Just because someone can see a bright window doesn't mean they're not blind, okay? And because you think how they see the world doesn't mean that's how they see it. So stop projecting like you know what we see, because number 1, you don't have our vision. Everybody's vision is different. The only one that can really tell me what I see is myself and my ophthalmologist, because that's who's trained to know these types of things. So stop trying to play vision police. You're not qualified, and sometimes it can come off really, really rude. All right, myth number 2. Blind people are helpless, dependent, and cannot live alone. Big, big, absolute big false. Many blind people are not helpless. They are independent. And yes, we can live alone. Thank you. I pay bills. I clean. I cook. I'm a stay-at-home mom. We also homeschool. Okay? Blindness doesn't erase capability. What really makes life hard isn't the blindness. It's the inaccessible systems, the attitudes, and the constant underestimation. Okay? Do not assume that we can't do something just because we're blind. Independence doesn't always look like yours. We learn resources. We learn how to adapt within our space, whether it's self-taught or through programs like orientation and mobility, okay, and independent living services. We learn how to do those things to be independent ourselves. We are very much capable of doing it on our own. Heck, when my daughter was in the NICU, okay, my husband stayed home with the other kids, while I stayed at the Ronald McDonald House alone, okay, alone, mind you. And I got up and I got dressed. I grabbed my white cane, I fed myself, and I walked 1.5 miles each way across busy streets and highways, okay, to the hospital, to and fro, by myself, no shuttle, okay, every 4 hours to attend to my child. Okay, do not assume that we're not independent. We are very independent, and we are very resourceful, and we can figure stuff out. Also, we are not helpless. We can cross streets. We can go to stores on our own. We can purchase and order food on our own. We can do all the things that sighted people do. We just do it differently, with whether that be assistive tools, tech, and adaptation techniques. We can be independent. Myth number 3 goes with myth number 2, that blind people always needs help. No, what we need is respect. There's a difference between offering your help genuinely and forcing it upon us. Okay, don't grab me. Don't assume that I need help with something because you think blindness means that every person who's blind needs help. Don't assume that. Ask first. Blind people are taught how to navigate. We have skills that we've either taught ourselves or that we've learned through many, many practices. We train. Your well-meaning panic is often more dangerous than it is helpful. Help when asked. Okay, if a blind person lets you help them, then you can help. If you ask and we say no, like thanks, I got it. Please respect that no means no, and respect it and walk away. Because there's nothing worse than when you're at a store or somewhere or crossing the street and someone tries to grab you and or offer you sighted guy and keep on assisting, but then also touches you and makes you do it anyway. That's so dehumanization. It's like dehumanizing. That's the word for it. Dehumanizing to us. It makes us feel incredibly inconvenienced to you. And it's very disrespectful. Not to mention extremely dangerous, because now we've memorized a route that we were on and suddenly we were thrown off of it by you who forced the issue, and now we are completely disoriented and have no idea where we are. Okay? So please do not do that. I would rather for you to ask than assume. And a lot of us would. If you're just generally asking and hey, I see you struggling, would you like some help? If we say no, move on. If we say, sure, you can help, then help. But also, the other side of that coin is don't hold it over my head when you're helping me and then saying, smart remarks okay, I helped a blind person. They all must need help. And keep saying this is why you need help all the time. Don't make us a part of your feel-good story. All right, moving on. Number 4, that blind people are less intelligent or mentally incapable. Okay, this kind of goes for almost all disabilities. I feel like everyone who's disabled has been thrown under this notion. And this is one of pure ableism in its most insulting form. Okay? Not every disability affects intellect, intelligence, mental capacity. Okay? Not every disability does that. There are some conditions that do affect those things and making it hard. Okay? But please don't label every disabled person, including every blind people, into this box that we are not mentally capable of doing things, or that we are not smart or have anything to do with intellect. Okay? Blindness affects vision for the most part, not intelligence, not IQ. Okay? Please stop confusing lack of sight with lack of sense. They are not connected. Also, for the record, if you think that we are helpless and mentally incapable of doing things all the time, and you don't let us branch off or get capable and to show you that we are capable, all you're doing is hindering us and not helping us. Because a lot of us work really, really extremely hard to get where we are. All right. Myth number 5. You don't look blind. Yeah, I've heard this one before many times. Okay. First of all, what is that supposed to mean? Okay. Not every blind person has dark sunglasses, a trench coat, and theme music to Daredevil. That doesn't exist. Okay. We do not look a certain way. All right. Blind people blink. We make eye contact, not by how you think. We don't see your eyes, but we can hear your voice. Okay? Your voice comes out your mouth's under your eyes. It's not hard to follow the sound, okay? And then if you went blind and had vision like in your earlier years, you know how faces work, okay? So it's not hard to like, oh, I just need to look up a little bit, all right? So that's how we look at faces. And yes, guess what? Blind people also use their phones, okay? You cannot tell someone's blind just by looking at them. There are some diseases of blindness that cause a visual effect on the eyes, and there are a lot of conditions that do not have any visual effect on the eye. Like, you cannot tell by looking at my eyes that I am blind, because my eye disease revolves my optic nerves, which are in the back of my eye, not the front or the visual effect of my eye. So stop trying to play detective. You're not uncovering the truth. You're just exposing your bias. Myth number 6, that all blind people are the same. Absolutely not. Every human on this world is completely different. Every blind person is completely different. In fact, we all see differently. There are people with the same disease as me that sees completely different than I do. Okay? That's what makes us different and unique and diverse. Everyone is different. Some uses guide dogs. Some uses canes. Some read Braille. Some don't. We're all diverse. Again, in background, in personality, in skill sets, in race, in gender, in orientation, everything. So please don't assume that we all have the same needs, opinions, or have had all of the same experiences, because that is far from the truth. Okay, number 7, that blind people cannot enjoy art, movies, or social media, or even events. Big false. A lot of us loves all of that stuff. I love listening to stories. I read audiobooks. They're a thing, people. Okay? Music. I listen to music all the time. I love music. Okay? Some people like graphic design. Okay? I watch movies with audio descriptions, or heck, I would just play a movie and sit there and listen and just be present. I like going to theaters. Okay? Listening to audio descriptions. Again, I create content online. I follow creators. I post. I engage. I even make digital art. Okay? I'd love to go to music events and concerts and events and things. Just to be present and included is all that we want. Okay? Does it mean that I need to go to if I want to go to a concert, can I see the stage? No. Can I see who's playing? No. Okay? But I can listen. I can be present and feel good about it. Okay? So we can enjoy events. We can enjoy things like that. All we need is access to it. That's the big thing. Access. So, no, I don't need sight to enjoy culture or anything like that. Myth number 8, that blind people don't care how they look. That's also false. Some people do, some people don't. Okay, it all really depends on what is their style, identity, and expression. Okay, there are plenty of blind people who love fashion, wear makeup, do all the things aesthetically pleasing to them because it makes them feel good. And that's why they do it, and that's why they care. We have body insecurities, just like sighted people. We are human, you know. We can feel those things. Just because I don't like fashion and I very seldomly wear makeup is not due to my blindness. at all. It's just due that that's not really my thing. Okay, number 9, that blind people are burdens in relationships or are lucky enough to even be in a relationship. Number 1, that is just so wrong on so many levels to even think to actually conceptualize. For one thing, I'm not a burden to my family. I'm not a burden to my partner. Okay, I'm happily married for 11, 12 years, maybe. God, it's been long. It's a long journey. Okay, I bring loyalty, strength, emotional depth, creativity, and joy. Okay, if you think being sorry, I'm tripping over my words because this just baffles me. If you think a blind person can't be a good partner, the problem is your insecurity, not our blindness. Relationships are built on love, communication, and trust, or at least should be. Not eyesight, not vision. And if your deal breaker is vision instead of values, you're not looking for love. You're looking for control. Okay, next. And finally, for this video, myth number 10, that blind people cannot speak for themselves. This one is astounding to me, how many times this has happened to me without me really noticing, and my husband has to mention, or we just completely ignore it because it's complete ignorance. People, if you're like, say I went grocery shopping or I went to a restaurant with my husband, okay? People look and find out that I'm blind. They immediately assume that he must take the role of doing everything for me, or that he's my helper. People will look at a person who's next to me or who's with me and say things like, does she want a bag? Okay, what does she want to order? Like, I'm right here. I have a voice. I have opinions. I have boundaries too. Don't speak over us. Don't ignore us. Don't assume that we're passive by default. If you want to know what I need, ask me. I promise I've got plenty to say. Like, you don't need to turn to the person that they're with when we can clearly speak for ourselves and just assume that whatever comes out of our mouth is not legitimate. Like, it must come from the person that we are with. Like, I've had this happen multiple times and it's ridiculous. Okay. With all of that said, if you made it to the end of this video here, thank you. These myths don't just annoy us, they actually do hurt us. They shape how we are treated, how policies are written, how access is denied. So if you learned something today, share this video, talk about it, help shift the narrative from pity to power, from assumptions to truth. Okay? I'm blind, and I can only speak for myself because I am one blind person. I'm proud, and I'll never stop speaking up for awareness of this. So hit the like button and subscribe for more unfiltered truths or just more content like this. And if you are blind, drop below the craziest things that's happened to you or the craziest myths you've heard and you're done answering. Would love to know in the comments how that affects you too. All right, well, till next time. Bye.